God himself is now beginning to answer the prayers of a desperate nation to begin to pluck the wheels off of Pharaoh's chariot. You know, when Pharaoh was going after the children of Israel at the Red Sea, God had to give the slow-moving Jews who were just walking an advantage. And what he did was he took the wheels off the enemy's chariot. And I believe the media itself is just in a nosedive of lost credibility. I mean, at every level, we just have to stay focused, stay humble, and stay bold because we're winning the battle of public persuasion. When you look at like Tucker's monologues at night, which, by the way, he's like the #1 news source right now, this Tucker Carlson's broadcast, that guy is on fire. I couldn't ask for a better definition of a great awakener reformer than Tucker Carlson. Christians are like, they live in a dichotomous universe where if it doesn't look like you're in church and falling down, it probably isn't revival yet. America's already in an awakening, and the awakening is part of it is like waking up to an imminent threat and to the spiritual warfare that is going on in America. And I think more and more people are discovering it. I'm still impacted by the Joe Rogan, Dr. Malone, and the other doctor he had 40 million downloads. And people are listening for the first time. People that aren't listening to us are listening to other voices. And so when Biden turns around and says, look, this can't be done at the federal level, this has got to be done at the state level, it's because on his desk, he's discovering governors of states pushing back, because that's how America's structured. It's structured so the federal government isn't the king and the monarch ruling over the population. It is a representation of the will of the people. There's limits to the executive office of the president. There's a limit to what they can do, but they worked around it, as these guys will do. And when I say these guys, I mean the lust for power and control will find a mechanism to detour around the safeguards that the founders gave, the Constitution gave, if the American people are dumb enough to comply. And this is the sad part. You want to trust government. You want to believe that they have your best interests at heart. And it's like the awakening is, no, you can't trust human nature. Human nature is sinful and it will lie. Therefore, you have to have checks and balances and a free press. You can't be taking Dr. Malone off of Twitter and the medical experts who actually invented the vaccine. You can't silence them without suffering a backlash from the American people, because they're not dumb. They're just now awakening to what's going on. Mercedes Sparks, what are your thoughts?
I'm in total agreement with you. I'm over here trying to get your laptop going. I look like I got a command station for those of you who are on Liftable. But I'm going to hand this back to you.
Liftable.tv if you want to see this wonderful broadcast as it unfolds.
Yes, I'm over here. You tasked me with getting the website going on your laptop, and like a good millennial, that's what I've done for you.
Always rent a millennial if you can't do technology.
Rent a millennial. Oh, Lance, listen. Before you get going too much, I got you a present, okay? I want to show it to you, and I'm very excited about these, okay?
30 days of Christmas.
Yes. So this came a little late, but I'm going to go ahead and hand you the box.
Oh.
And this is things that you can use on the show.
Okay, so for you that are not watching, I'll describe for you. A box was handed to me. I do not know what is in it. Let's see what we have. We have Kamala Harris.
It's an action
American
figure.
dream belongs to all of us. It's an action figure. Oh, wow. I've got the Kamala Harris action figure. This can go on my set with all of our action characters. We have George Soros riding this Georgia Soros behind me. I'll bring him out riding a Tyrannosaurus. Is this for real?
This is for real, yeah.
AOC complete with a matching pantsuit.
So they look like tiny action figures, like almost like Barbies. And so I know you love to have props on the show. And so now you can just reenact.
This is so great. I can explain everything that's going on. So Kamala Harris, but who really put her in as the VP? Barack Obama. We have him now. We have the Barack Obama action figure right there behind Kamala. And we have the wild, and by the way, I heard that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, actually, that whole incident that happened there with her in Florida, right? You're tracking that. You're a Floridian.
Oh, yeah.
Where she had the open-toe shoes and was complaining that any criticism of her was suppressed sexual anxiety amongst conservatives, which I thought was saying
it's such a weird thing.
Wait a second. I wouldn't have recognized him without the mask. It's Dr. Fauci looking grouchy. Because Rand Paul's calling him out. He's the director of immunoregulation and bioweapons research at the Wuhan lab in China.
I think the mask is removable too.
Oh, is the mask removable?
I think so, yeah.
Well, good. We should put it on smiling Joe Biden, who is bumbling. This is amazing.
Aren't they great? I can see you
Poor Joe.
reenacting
Joe's not going to be around that long.
the news. You know what I'm saying? With the figures like you do. Remember
Oh my
the Toy
gosh,
Story
how many
episode you
get
did?
here? What? Elizabeth Warren?
Pocahontas herself.
With her red jacket. Now, this is great, people. You can't see all this, but this is clearly a prize. This is a great gift. A great stocking stuffer. Stocking stuffer.
Stocking stuffer.
Oh, wait. And we have Pelosi with the gavel and the mask and a copy of the Wall Street Journal and her stock portfolio, which is doing very good because, after all, that's how you make $100 million when you're in government. You do it off of the inside trading access your husband has through you working on all those committees. So maybe it'll take a woman to clean up the house, she says. So these figures are all based on original artwork by Mike Levitt. Mike Levitt, we congratulate you on this. And Mercedes, thank you so much. I'll figure out where to put my action figures.
Yeah.
Poor Joe. He's
I'm
behind
looking
them all.
forward to
Let me put Biden over here. Whoop, he fell down. Sorry about that, Joe.
Let me get the box for you. There we go.
All right. Thank you for that. And we're going to be able to do reenactments.
I'm looking forward to it. One of my favorite episodes you did was the Toy Story episode where you got out, you had like the eagle and a dragon, and you described like what the state of affairs in the world right now.
My staff was concerned whether they should even
great.
put it up. They thought it was beneath the dignity of me as a media personality to explain to the American people how global economics and politics actually works. But we're going through the illustrated sermons on our. If you're watching on Liftable TV, liftable.tv, that's the podcast or the Ditto Cam.
Ditto Cam, yeah.
Now, thank you, Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. We're going to really, it's a little depressing though. I look at them and it just agitates me.
I can move him.
I need Trump. I need Trump. I need one Trump to undo 6 negatives.
All right, we'll find a good Trump one.
I got to find a Trump one.
I'll be tasked with
All right, in
finding
the meantime, or either that, I'm just going to put El Presidente here on I'll do a cardboard cutout of him here, like Mike Lindell. All right, so here's the thing I want you guys to catch. We are in a place where the FBI is being weaponized to go after domestic terrorists who are actually conservative Trump supporters. And they're being categorized as white supremacists and militias. This is the narrative that is in the Justice Department. I cannot wait until November of this coming year because it's going to be like a colonic. We're going to be able to get rid of all the political fecal matter that is blocking up the intestinal fortitude of this nation, at least in one fell swoop and one big poop. We'll be able to rid ourselves of this constipated bureaucracy.
Are you thinking about clinking away? Don't click away. The whole podcast is over on lancewallnau.com/podcast. Go download the whole thing. Go there. They're there every day. The full uncensored truth just for you. Catch you over there.